A routine night at Universal's newest theme park has turned into every family's worst nightmare, raising uncomfortable questions about just how safe our most extreme thrill rides really are. The victim has now been officially identified as Kevin Rodriguez Zavala, a 32-year-old man whose evening of excitement at Epic Universe ended in tragedy. What happened on Wednesday night has sent shockwaves through the theme park community and left investigators scrambling for answers. According to the Orange County Medical Examiner's findings, released late Thursday evening, Zavala's death resulted from multiple blunt impact injuries, sustained in what officials are calling an accidental incident. But here's where it gets controversial. These weren't injuries from a mechanical failure or operator error. The medical examiner has ruled this an accident, which raises a disturbing question. Are we pushing the limits of human endurance too far in our quest for the ultimate thrill? The sequence of events began when off-duty deputies at Epic Universe received an urgent man-down call Wednesday night. Racing to the Stardust Racers roller coaster area, they discovered Zavala completely unresponsive after completing what was supposed to be an exhilarating ride experience. Emergency medical personnel rushed him to a nearby hospital. But their efforts couldn't save him. He was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Chopper 2's exclusive aerial footage captured a scene that looked more like a crime investigation than a theme park incident. Law enforcement vehicles surrounded the ride area, with forensic teams methodically photographing the ride vehicle still sitting in the loading zone. The stark yellow police tape and serious faces of investigators painted a grim picture of what had unfolded. Universal Orlando issued a carefully worded statement expressing their devastation over the incident. Universal is cooperating with the Orange County Sheriff's Office following a tragic event involving a guest at Epic Universe on Wednesday night. The guest became unresponsive after riding Stardust Racers and was transported to the hospital, where the guest later died. We are devastated by this event and extend our sincerest sympathies to the guest's loved ones. We are fully committed to cooperating with this ongoing investigation. But this is the part most people miss. The attraction remains completely shut down, and nobody's saying when it might reopen. Let's talk about what makes Stardust Racers so intense, because the specifications alone should make anyone pause. This isn't your typical family coaster. We're talking about a racing-style roller coaster that rockets riders up to 62 miles per hour while climbing to heights of 133 feet above the ground. The engineering marvel spans 5,000 feet of track, featuring dual racing tracks colored green and yellow that create a competitive experience between riders. The ride's signature element, called the Celestial Spin, involves an inverted crisscross maneuver that puts tremendous forces on the human body. Think about that for a moment. Your body is being subjected to gravitational forces it was never designed to handle, all in the name of entertainment. Before Stardust Racers ever opened to the public, Universal put it through rigorous testing protocols, including an impressive 80 consecutive hours of flawless operation. The ride passed every safety inspection and met all regulatory requirements. Yet somehow, a healthy 32-year-old man still ended up dead after experiencing it. And this is where the controversy really heats up. Universal's safety warnings are extensive, almost to the point of being overwhelming. The park explicitly warns riders that the experience includes sudden and dramatic acceleration, climbing, tilting, inversion, and dropping. They've posted clear restrictions advising people with blood pressure issues, heart conditions, back or neck problems, sensitivity to strobe lights, motion, or fog effects to avoid the ride entirely. Expectant mothers and anyone who's recently had surgery are also told to stay away. But here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to discuss. How many park guests actually read and seriously consider these warnings? How many people with underlying health conditions they don't even know about climb aboard these extreme machines. The safety measures at Epic Universe go beyond simple warnings. Guests must secure all loose items in lockers and pass through metal detectors before boarding Stardust Racers. There's a minimum height requirement of 4 feet. Every precaution that reasonably could be taken appears to have been in place. According to the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, Florida's regulations require all rides to be designed, tested, and operated according to ASTM F24 global safety standards. These comprehensive standards cover everything from risk assessment and hazard mitigation to rider restraint systems, biomechanical considerations including specific acceleration limits, mechanical loads, electrical systems, operating conditions, fencing, handrails, gates, walkways, and signage requirements. The testing protocols are equally thorough, requiring rides to operate under normal conditions for extended periods. This includes complete testing of loading and unloading procedures, normal ride operation, and all associated systems. Every aspect must function perfectly before guests are allowed aboard. Yet, despite all these safety measures, we're still talking about a fatality. Epic Universe opened its doors to the public just 4 months ago, on May 22, 2025, as Universal Orlando Resort's ambitious 4th theme park. The facility boasts 11 different attractions spread across 5 immersive themed worlds, representing a massive investment in cutting-edge entertainment technology. But this tragedy forces us to confront an uncomfortable reality about modern theme park attractions. As parks compete to create ever more intense experiences, are we crossing a line where the human body simply cannot safely handle the forces involved? Medical experts point out that these extreme rides subject our bodies to G-forces similar to what military fighter pilots experience. Yet park guests receive no specialized training or medical screening. The investigation is ongoing, and many questions remain unanswered. State officials have joined the Orange County Sheriff's Office to ensure the ride's operation didn't contribute to Zavala's death. Personal injury attorneys are already noting that liability in cases like this depends heavily on what the investigation reveals about both the ride's mechanical condition and the victim's health status. Visitors to Epic Universe are now facing their own difficult decisions. Claire Ross, visiting from overseas with her family, captured the dilemma perfectly. We were going to go on that ride. Now it's potentially questionable. Obviously, I'd like to understand what actually happened. Was it the ride or was it something pre-existing? It's obviously very sad, and we feel bad for his family. But maybe he had some underlying health conditions. That's the question everyone's asking, but nobody can definitively answer yet. Theme park safety statistics show that serious injuries and fatalities, while rare, do occur regularly across Central Florida's attractions. The most recent State Department of Agriculture report from July 15th documented 12 injuries across all local parks from April to July, with 7 occurring at Universal Orlando properties. Notably, 3 of those injuries happened at Epic Universe just about a month after it opened, including 2 incidents on Stardust Racers involving guests with pre-existing conditions who experienced dizziness and visual disturbances. These statistics raise a troubling pattern. Are parks adequately screening guests, or are they relying too heavily on self-reporting of medical conditions that many people don't even know they have? As this investigation continues, it's forcing all of us to confront some uncomfortable questions. Should theme parks be required to conduct medical screenings before allowing guests on extreme attractions? Are current warning systems adequate? Or do they need to be more aggressive in deterring people with potential health risks? At what point does personal responsibility end and corporate liability begin? Most importantly, in our relentless pursuit of bigger thrills and more intense experiences, have we forgotten that some risks simply cannot be engineered away? What do you think? Are modern roller coasters becoming too extreme for the average person to safely enjoy? Should parks bear more responsibility for screening guests? Or should individuals be solely responsible for making informed decisions about their own safety? The answers to these questions could reshape the entire theme park industry. Share your thoughts. Do you believe this tragedy could have been prevented? Or are incidents like this simply an unavoidable risk of extreme entertainment? Your perspective on this controversial topic matters, especially as families everywhere grapple with these same safety concerns when planning their next theme park adventure.